Mm-hmm. Hopefully everyone's having a great morning. Hmm. Good morning, guys. Hmm. Mark out all these levels for anybody that wants to use these. Mm-hmm. 21. Mm. 662. 682. Guys, give me a minute. We're just trying to get all of our levels marked out here. So where we know not to take trades at. Mm-hmm. 598. All right. All right. That would be our levels to the downside, guys, that we're watching. Mm-hmm. 957. We'll move these out of the way here. That's kind of the top of that 4-hour candle right there. All right. Missing my pivots here. I don't know. $75. And the gold lines would be your pivots, guys, that we look for. Next one's all the way up at 30,000, which is a good ways up there, but 534 on the bottom end. All right. Charts are set up. Should be good to go, guys. What's up, Nick? Is it already that time? Yeah, I lost track of time here. What do we want to trade today? I think we're going to stay away from the two funded accounts that are the closest to payout because those are within striking range for next week because it's only less than what, right at $400 and less than $200. So I think we're going to stay away from those today. I think we will trade that funded account that we took a loss on yesterday. So that probably work on the elusive. Let's see. We're only up about $600 in the eval, so we still need another $600. Unfortunately, instead of working on the fourth funded account, we'll be back to working on the third. So boo-hoo. What's up, cars? Let's see. So it's going to be a no news Friday. I feel like we need to either run the previous day high or low. I mean, I know it's a long ways up. I just don't know if we're going to stay inside the range today. So I don't know if we're going to stay inside the previous day high and low. So we haven't broke that. So basically what it is, these zones that we mark out, guys, I don't take trades into these zones. So if we're pushing down to say 780, 775, I know not to take that first push there. We also have a pivot inside that first push down to 75 also. So maybe this morning, if we can get below that pivot, we can look for a trade down to this next low here at this big wick. We do have I'm assuming this is a war news candle here all the way up at 780. So I don't know if that'll be treated like a war news, I mean, not war news, a news candle where we like to run those data wicks. So that's a possible target too to the upside. So remember, Fridays is all about trying to take care of your accounts if you possibly can. If you take a small loss, I would move to if you have the options to rotate two accounts. We may only trade two different funded accounts today. So we still got that one elusive funded account that we haven't taken a trade on. It's a funded account. It's just still, I haven't really decided how I wanted to trade that yet because sometimes I try to trade my fundeds with, same strategy or same kind of malady, but maybe a couple little adjustments here and there. Not really sure. So we haven't started taking trades on it. So it's that one we passed last week and it's just still kind of sitting there because we've been focused on those. I was focused on the other two funded with elusive, but since we kind of, did stupid stuff and hit that max drawdown on that thing Monday and Tuesday. Monday and Tuesday were really a crappy day for me. I don't know what was going on those days. Kind of just, I don't know, felt unfocused. Doing stupid stuff. Every now and then it'll slip away and I'll break my rules, what I'm not supposed to be doing. Then I have to kind of get back to reality here. let's say Lee, man, Lee Traders got their stuff for 90% off. I hadn't used them guys in forever. I've been debating on if we want to um, figure out a way to get into the trades cheaper. Like sometimes, like, so what I mean is a lot of times I'm right on the direction. So most of the time I have the right direction picked out. I know we're going up, but sometimes I just cannot sit through those whips. So I've been thinking about of entering on one micro. This way it gives me more room for that first initial entry and then adding those other two contracts to try to get those 10-15 points on the next two contracts. So I've been thinking about trying to do it that way, whenever I'm looking for those bigger moves. So we may even try that today. I don't know. We'll have to see. So, so what do we got? Did I forget to mark out this level? 874. Oh, that's up there with that. All right, so these are going to be our first initial targets this morning. So what we'll do is we'll try to not to diddle in the middle, and until we break one of these support levels, either to the upside or downside, I think we're going to stay out of this. I think that's going to be kind of the starting range here. And also, if you look at that first 9 o'clock 15-minute candle, we're inside that thing, and that is one massive 15-minute candle because of that Ward News candle. I mean, that's a what 100 points for that candle. So, so that's kind of what I mean by like trying to figure out how to get into this with the one micro, because I feel like it's going to be one of these deals where we whip into this here, then run. Either we're going to whip into this first, then go all the way back to the top, or vice versa. It's kind of like which one do we hit first to kind of whip in between these two levels here. That's what I mean by trying to do the one micro thing here, then just add to it. So let's let's put that to 50 points. So that way, if we do try it, we're not just getting constantly stopped out. Let me know if you're going to take a trade today, Nick. I can. Nick, what time frame? What time frame do you trade on? Let's see. Did the market open? Oh, shoot, guys. Never mind. Let me pay attention. Remember, guys, you really need to see one of these levels get ran. You want to see this area hold when it pushes up into this. Oh, wow, it just busted on through there. Hmm. Remember, you got previous day close sitting there also, guys. Made $100 on that long. Nice. All right. We're just waiting on the next candle. You never trade at that time. It's good and bad, man. It's good and bad. So just be patient and wait. 30 seconds left. This thing could just come crashing back down real quick, like. We got resistance up there at 960. Nice cars. For some reason, a lot of times on that second candle is where I take my losses at. I don't know if you ever noticed that. So I try to stay away from this second 5 minute candle. Nice. Hmm. Nice. That is previous day close. Here's your next resistance. There's your current day open close kind of play, but like I said, it's before the 10 o'clock hour. You like to see that set up after 10 o'clock. You just tried that short. Oh, nice. I think as long as you were short around the 30s levels, I mean that is something that I usually take, but not this early after the opening. And it's usually for like a 10-point scalp. We're just waiting. Yeah, I didn't know if it's going to be an inside range day. We need to actually run the previous day high. That way we can maybe run the previous day low. Mhm. Now, is this just a 15-minute pullback here for us to pop back out? So a lot of times we like to rerun that opening 8 o'clock 15-minute candle to pop all the way back up. Dude, look at the previous day close. That's insane. What's up, man? Hmm. Look at the nice 15-minute retest. Hmm. Still got a minute, 20 seconds left on this 5-minute candle. Ooh. Hmm. 32 seconds left on this candle. This thing is definitely just whipping back and forth at the moment, guys. We're going to get faked out again today. Mm. What sucks, we were up 40 points on this trade, man. I'm trying to hold up there to that resistance. Mm, we ain't asking for much here. Nice. All right. Look for a reversal out of this area. Nice. We needed that big win. That kind of got back our loss from yesterday. Yeah, I didn't want to push it through this resistance. We got a OB sitting here at the 60s, what we're about to hit. I didn't want to push it. I'm happy with my nice funded trade for Friday. After that loss yesterday, I think we lost 86 bucks yesterday. So today we got 160 out of that trade there. So now we're about 40, 50 bucks away from breaking back over that 27,000. It would have been nice if I could have just took the trade on this one because this one's only like $400 away from $1,000 payout. But like I said, I didn't want to push that today. Hopefully you took profit if you were in that long. Like I said, you did not want to fight this OB. We hit that order block up here. That's where that pullback's coming from. Did not want to fight it. Don't want to sit through another 20, 30 points of pullback. Actually had it even marked out wrong. It should have been, yeah, 51. It'll probably eventually get through there, but I didn't want to fight it. I mean, we got a huge. I mean, once we created this huge order block OB here, man, I was like, yeah, we're holding this thing. Big order block to the downside. 70 points. 70-point order block back to the downside. Let's see if we get a retest of that thing. Sweet. You got the previous day high up there at 993. You also have a pivot at 30,000. You're looking for that. Yeah, I think that's an awesome short up there, man. If I was going to short, oh no, I'm talking about that 993, that 30,000 slash previous day high. We had a good night last night, even though we almost lost our profit. We were up 236. Nick, let me know if you get a trade. Let me finish setting up that account that I was going to trade that with you with. Make sure I have that marked out. Let's see. We will do this one. We'll do it on the 2-minute charts with you, since you said you like the 2 minutes too. Oh, wait, you like the 2 and 5, so. So, so are you doing 5 micros? Like, how many points are you looking for? I'm gonna do 3 micros just because I'm on 25K. So how many ticks and stuff do you go for? What's up, Alice from California? Oh, you're saying you're. Oh, well, we don't. Nobody here cares if you're single. If you just like trading. Oh, that's kind of a weird thing to put in there. 10 to 20 points. Now, is that ticks or points? Points, right? 10 to 20 points. All right. All right. We'll set it up to. Nice on your 43 short there if you took that. Dude, that thing hit the top of that at 267 too. We need to take out to yesterday's high. That way we can. Now, are you looking for this 873? Is that the one of your things? Oh, you got stopped out on your short, Vito? I want to see if we get a push back down to 75 here. That's where I'm looking for us to move back down off this wick here. 73, 75. Oh, man. Or 875. Now, do you take that into the hourly candle? Because we got an hourly candle coming up in a few minutes, too. All right. I got a resting order sitting there. I know. I want to see it to run the Vito. I want to see it to run those 93s, then push all the way back down to the lows. That's what I would like to see. All right. I went ahead and just set that order right there. I don't know if I should just because I know some kind of war news could come out. Actually, no, I won't do that just in case war news comes out or something. But I will. I got the account set up. I'm going to do 3 micros with you. All right. We're also going to practice the. How many points are you risking? Oh, you just do 2 micros? Oh, if it closes below 875, you just sell. Okay. Now, do you put a resting order at 875? Okay. All right. Yeah, I did. Yep. I'm looking for a possible short up here at the 30,000s on my elusive here. What's up, man? How are you doing? All right, this is eval only, guys. If we do take this, this is just going to be off the previous day high and a pivot at 30,000. We're only going to give this about 10 points. If I feel like it's going to lose to 30,000, we'll just close. So, and this is just eval only. This is what the elusive eval that I've been working on. 30,000 is usually, like 29, any of your big numbers is always major resistance at those levels. So you got to think, how many times did it take us to get through 30,000s if you go back and look to the left? So there's going to be more than likely a lot of just banging its heads up there around the 90 area. And it usually does around the 90 level. Guys, be careful dropping trades today. We're having war news in the news world at the moment. And all it takes is just some war news from either Trump or Iran or whoever to just, I think that's what it was actually Iran's news this morning. I want to say that big 100-point candle we have. So just be aware of that. Remember, guys, that's how I took almost a $400 loss last month. That's what I was showing y'all last night when I was showing you some of my losses. That $400 loss sucks when you're not, especially when you don't risk $400 on your accounts. So just be careful. So once we get closer to that 90 level, we're probably going to drop this. You can see this area that we have marked out in red is holding pretty good. We still have a massive order block back to the downside that I would even try to long out of that order block if we get another push down there. But man, this thing gets above 30,000, it can just be to the moon all day. I'm hoping we just sweep the 90 level or the previous day high. Then maybe we can make another run back down to the previous day low. But that's just hindsight. Oh, oh my goodness. Hopefully everybody's ready for the weekend. I know I am. Don't really have any plans for the weekend. So I usually don't. I think I have to go to work tomorrow for a few hours though, tomorrow morning. We're gonna leave that right there. It says it's weak, so come on. It just won't give it up, will it? May have to get that pullback back down to 75. That's what we need, Nick. We need to push back down to 75, then go all the way back up to the previous day high. Only the one trade at the opening. I'm just glad we knocked out our one funded trade this morning. So that's good. So that means I have a variable doable to get both of those accounts to pay out by the end of the month because we still have 3 weeks left. And I only got to make about $600, 650 or 600 on one, 650 on one, and 413 on the other. So then for the elusive, I need less than 200 or about $200. So we still got 3 accounts in very good shape for the rest of the month to possibly clear 2,000 to 2,500. So we just got to keep them safe. Know when not to trade them. That's the biggest key. Stick to your risk management. If you take a loss, like yesterday, it was very hard for me sometimes to like, damn, that thing is red. I need to walk away. I got to disconnect it. Some days I just got to disconnect it, turn it off, go to a new account. Sometimes it's just hard to live with the red days. That's what gets you. That's what happens to me sometimes. And what sucks is I was right on that effing trade too. It's just it pulled back about 10, 15 points farther than I was feeling comfortable to hold that trade. And as soon as it stopped me out, it went down about 10 more points and that thing just literally took off. That's why I've been trying to figure out how to enter some of these trades on a cheaper side. This way, if I get myself caught in those situations, I can have a little bit bigger drawdown. I'm That's kind of what I've been debating on how I can do it, but I suck at adding sometimes. We'll just have to work on it. You want to be green every day. Yeah, you can't be green every day, man. You just gotta have that manageable stop loss or red day. And that's what I try to have. I feel like that's what's helped me the most when it comes to my trading. Not necessarily how I trade, it's just more or less risk management. I feel like that's been the most important thing, you know. And it seems like whenever I get away from, like this week, I got away from it Tuesday and it cost me that Lucif account. So the Bewleys I've been probably the most strict with. That's why I've had that Bewley funded since December 1st. I've had it for what, 6, 7, 8 months. And that's the one that I'm $400 away from getting another third payout with. If just gotta, we're at 53,187. And I almost gave up on that account. That account, I had a rough May. I was down to $52,000, like 52,100. So I made $1,000 on it last month, plus grinding that other 25K back. So we had a rough May with those accounts. Then I took that Trump loss with the war news. So, oh, that's what gets you, man. Trying to get that green every day. That will just wreck your accounts. Let's see. And see if I didn't get screwed over with that Trump tweet, I feel like I would have been at payout a lot sooner. Because did you know that was my only loss on that account in June, Nick? That was my only loss, was that Trump tweet. Look, no losses for the whole month of June. Well, a little $7 loss it looks like, but no losses for the whole month of June. That was my last loss on this account, was the Trump tweet. That $366. So that was the last loss. It was a gotcha moment. I probably would be at payout if that right there didn't get me. But you can see I had like a rough May. Look at all my losses in May. We had one. Where was that loss? Okay, I'm sorry. I did take one loss on June 1st or 2nd for 102. So those were my two losses in June. But May was pretty hard. I think I took like 4 or 5 losses on my account. But we've been on a nice little win streak since that Trump loss, though. And that's not saying I haven't taken losses. What that's coming from is me rotating through funded accounts and not trading funded accounts when I'm like, okay, like a lot of times on my fundeds, a lot of times I will not trade those on Friday. I will trade the lesser of a funded account on a Friday, one that I don't have very much profit in, or it's a new funded account or something to that nature is usually what I try to do. Or it's like, okay, it's just going to be a eval the rest of the morning. So that's why I usually try to tell y'all when I'm trading on evals and fundeds. I don't ever recommend following my eval trades because we are a little bit more aggressive with those and we take a little bit more stuff that I don't usually take. Like, like previous day close bounces or previous day high bounces, kind of like what we're trying to take now. And this next trade I was going to be taking with someone else. Uh-oh. Oh, nice. It finally starts giving me messages now when it's going to end. Still just sitting on our hands. We're just kind of chopping sideways. If you're good at range, this is probably your bread and butter here, guys. So this charts over here is a trade that we're going to take with Nick out of the YouTube lobby here, and this is going to be a Bewley knock eval. It's one of those when Bewley knocks had their evals for $10. It's one of those $10 accounts. So I don't recommend following these either. Like I said, this is a $10 eval that Bewley had their sale last week. So I let everybody know, Nick. You don't want to be, you know. This is a chat trade. If it comes down and taps the 75. All right. It's okay. That's why I said I'm only doing it, dude, because it was I got the $10 account to take those trades with you. Oh, that's a no trade candle now. So the 75 is not a good candle to trade at the moment. Oh, okay. All right. All right. Now I do like the bounce out of that spot down there. There's a massive OB out of that area. So I mean, I think we do get a bounce out of that area. No, no, no. I was only going to take it if that's what you said you were going to take. Oh no, I don't want to be doing that. Okay, you're still waiting on breakout. Dude, this resistance area up there is freaking been a wall, man. I wish I was good at range trading where I can just, take trades as we run the bottom of the wicks and come back up. So you buy the breakout here, right? Is that what you did on that one? I want to see it come down to 36, 35. That may just be the liquidity grab to pop back up here. If Tall was here, he's like trading champions buy on red. The trading master buys on red. Are you talking about the like? I don't know what you mean. Like, what are you shorting this off this wick here? Okay, only if it pushes back up to here. Correct? Is that what you're saying? I want to see a long out of this area here. Yeah, I know that was a nice short. Man. Yeah, no, I just couldn't pull the trigger on it. I wanted to long out of this area. All right, we're gonna try to be patient, wait for this next 5 minute candle here. Look at that. Look at the OB holding. It's like a wall. And I just couldn't pull the trigger. I have it marked, just can't pull it. Nice if you did not get short into that area, guys. Hopefully you listen. Do not do not short into this zone. Mm. I think we may come back up. I think this area is going to hold, man. I mean, it would take a lot to get through here. We'd have to get all the way back below 800s before we could even consider a short. I feel like we could. Patience, patience. Mm. Man. See, this is where I want to try to start pulling trades with the 1 micros whenever we bouncing out of these zones. Uh, Looking for levels to hold up here. Ugly close on this 5-minute candle. This is eval only. Remember, this is eval only here, guys. Mm. Boner, come on. Give us the boner. Whoa. Fuck. Dude. I just got wrecked by an effing Trump candle. I know that's what that is. Come on, dude. That was dirty. That was so dirty. Oh my goodness. What the F? Oh my god. I only lost 44 bucks though. What? Dude, I was up like 150 bucks. Oh my goodness. That's what I've been talking about today, man. You cannot have resting orders today. Oh my goodness. uh damn you. Oh, that was dirty. That was so dirty, guys. I was like, all like, yeah, we got a good, nice trade going. We're gonna get those previous day highs. Then, out of nowhere, a 300 point drop. That's what happened to me like last month with my fundeds, man. It just did not. It wasn't that bad, but man, hopefully, hopefully, no one got too much collateral damaged on that. There's just nothing you can do about it, man. It's just one of those things. Does this thing just go back up or what? Man. I know it's back to normal, like nothing happened. Like, okay, we're just back to just doing our little grind now. I'd rather that happen on a eval any day compared to a funded account. Hmm. Hmm. 52 is my line in the sand here for a break-even trade. We got resistance sitting here at what, 88? Like I said, just a we're break-even trade here. We could get stopped here. There's like, what do you want to call it? There's a resistance sitting up here at the bottom of these candles. I'm trying to get to close to 58 as possible because that's my break-even spot, 58. And we still got this wick all the way to the downside. I mean, and it's right there at my 58 bounce. Like I said, this is pretty much a break-even trade. We already hit those first 10 points, so we'll still be in the red a few dollars because we were down $44 from that last big sell-off. All right. Did we run this data wick all the way down at 680s or news wick 680s? We got liquidity on both sides. It's going. It was going pretty good until we were long whenever this news candle popped. And it took all of our profit plus some. Instead of being up 140 bucks, we're in the red 50 bucks on an eval. Yeah, no, crazy, crazy candle. Like I said, we're just kind of sitting on hands. We're just kind of waiting. Mm. What do we got? A minute left on this 5 minute candle. Hmm. Like I said, just still sitting on our hands. Man, I feel like we need to run those top ones first. Run this. Mhm. 20 seconds left. Stop me out and go on up. I just don't know if this is going to be a range play. I want to buy at the top here. Yeah, staying in a very tight range here. Hmm. Still just waiting. This could just kind of still stay in this range. And that's kind of what you have to be careful of. You don't want to be buying at the top of the range. Sure, Doctor 666, Doctor G. Oh, shoot. Like I said, we're just kind of back to sitting on our hands here. I'm not sure. I've never been on Robinhood's charts, Doctor. It could be a EMA, like a moving average or something, or it could be the average cost or something like that. I mean, I'm not positive because I've never been on Robinhood's charts. I mean, we could Google it and see. Google question. Robinhood graph. What does the gray line mean in Robinhood? I guess it said one of two things. It says the baseline. When you look at the 1 day view on the stocks, you can see a dotted gray line straight across in the middle of the graph. It is the previous day closing price. It just acts as a baseline. So closing day price. I'm assuming that's what maybe that one means. So per Google, it says the closing previous day price. Hmm. Okay. Man, this thing's just in chop mode. I mean, it looks like a bear flag, honestly. I mean, if you're looking at it, it kind of looks like a bear flag. Kind of have the 3 candle pullback here. Man, like I said, not really a lot to do here. Just kind of chopping sideways. It's almost like, do we get above the 900? See, it's been popped up there so many times. I feel like every single candle is just a trap candle. Because, I mean, it's pulling back. I mean, if you try to long the whole number, I mean, you're looking at 40, 50 point pullbacks to get back up there. And that's why it almost feels like every single move to the upside is just a trap. Life, we're just kind of sitting on the sidelines. I mean, like I said, this looks like a little bear flag, even though it's super wicky. We're just kind of chopping sideways. It's kind of like, which side of the range are we going to run here? You know, it's like liquidity on both sides. There's the break of the flag. This is eval only, guys. Please do not take these on fundeds. $77 is my break even spot here. So back above 77, we close. This is our 15-minute range. I'm not really convinced of a short unless we get below 790. much time we got left? A minute left in this candle. What time is it? About to be top of the hour. Wait and see if the 60s get broke here. Hmm. Uh, at the current moment, we're in a short, but like I said, this thing could go either way at the moment. Here's top of the hour. You see, we're about to run a low, the 4-hour low there at 71. Mm, this looks like it could possibly turn back up here if we can't lose the tens. A lot of times, if you get two reversal candles stacked beside each other, most of the time that very next printed reversal candle is a big one to the downside here. Oh yeah, we're in a zone. I just see it. This could probably take a minute to get through here. This could be a bounce spot here too, guys. Uh, I'll look at that in a minute. Let me see Discord. It doesn't let me send. Guys, we only have probably maybe 5 or 10 more minutes. You guys are more than welcome to join us on My Funded Futures here in about 25 minutes. We will continue trading. We usually trade every day during the mathematical, blah, 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 I can't even speak. My funded future stream. 37 is kind of the last line in the sand here, guys. So get on down there. All right, here comes a new 5-minute candle. Very choppy. Mm. I don't know if we survive this next push-up, guys. This thing looks like it just wants to come on back up there. Take out some of these wicks. I think this is where we need like 23 to hold up here. Yep. Give it a few more extra points just in case. All right. Looks like we're about to get stopped out here. Almost looks like a V-shaped recovery type of candle. All right. Runner got stopped out. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching today. Like I said, we're going to be on My Funded Futures here in about 15-20 minutes. Unfortunately, that last trade that we were just in, we gave back quite a bit. We're only up $12 because we were up about one something in this account before that news candle happened. So now we're just, like I said, just $12. We had to make back those losses from that candle a while ago. So it is what it is. But we had a good funded trade today. That's all that matters. So nice funded trade. Thank you guys for watching and hanging out today and sharing information. Hopefully you're keeping your accounts as safe as you can. There's nothing you can do much about those type of news candles. So hopefully if you did take a loss on that short, hopefully it's not too devastating. Yeah, thank you guys for watching and hanging out this morning. We only had one trade that I would recommend anybody following, and that was the funded trade. That was off of this candle here, this little pin bar doji type, big wick. Had a hard time pushing down, retested the 15 minutes, then took it up to the current day close and open. We had this resistance zone marked out all morning long. So thank you guys.